So Icea Lion Asset Management is part of a very, very big group that has been in the region for over 100 years, dating with roots dating back to 1895, when the British came in and set up, a brokerage line in East Africa. So ICA then traces its roots back then. From the insurance angle, being part of the wider group, the ICA Lion Group, ICA Lion Asset Management is a subsidiary and wholly owned by ICA Lion Life Assurance Company, which is incorporated in Kenya, officially incorporated in 1965 in Kenya. ICA Lion Asset Management Kenya is a fund manager as well that was incorporated in 1985 in Kenya as a separate business to initially basically run with the investments of the life company. So that makes ICA Lion Asset Management and the wider group the oldest fund manager in the region in East Africa, and by virtue of assets under management, also the largest asset manager in the region. IC Lion Asset Management Uganda then traces its roots back to 2004, when it was incorporated in Uganda, and from then on we've continued to grow in leaps and bounds, as they say, and right now the IC Lion Asset Management Uganda company is a business that has assets under management in excess of 400 billion. IC Lion Asset Management, of course, is also one that I would say over this period has grown with and demonstrated a very clean track record of first and foremost protecting the assets of those that entrust us with their assets, and then growing the assets by above market average consistently, licensed by the Capital Markets Authority and the Uganda Retirement Benefits Regulatory Authority as fund managers as well. ICA Lion Asset Management is a wholly East African company with shareholding in East Africa, very, very entrenched roots within this region. And as part of the growth trajectory and with the trust that has been built with the partnerships that we've had as ICA Lion Asset Management in the market and outside the market, we acquired Stanlib Uganda and Stanlib Kenya as asset management businesses. But with that as well comes in the aspect of the name change. Because we have Pan-African ambitions and we are known in the Kenyan market and in the Tanzanian market as ICA Lion, following the closure of Lion Assurance Uganda, we now are ready to adopt the name ICA Lion so that we are known as one across the region, and as we aspire to also meet our Pan-African ambitions. So the change of name then was basically driven by the fact that we want to harmonize the brand across the region as we then stretch out our wings and spread out and become more Pan-African. One of our key products that I'd love to talk about, which is very exciting, is the unit trusts. And the unit trusts are regulated and was set up as an act of parliament, I think sometime in the mid-2000s. And as ICA, we decided to participate in these. So they are categorized as collective investment schemes. Collective investment schemes basically means that investors pool their funds together, small investors. The definition of small, of course, is very, very relative. But the government, with the sight of providing safe ways through which people like you and me can save and grow their wealth, decided to come up with the Collective Investment Schemes Act. That just basically means that there's a protected way, and it came in simply because they were and still continue to be avenues through which people invest and save their monies. But in most of these instances, there were lots of cries of fraud, of people being defrauded of their hard-earned monies. So to provide a safe place to invest, a safe and regulated place to invest and save, which then also becomes a safe place for government to raise funds to carry on its activities through the treasury bills and treasury bonds, and to basically bolster the capital markets in the country. The government came up with the collective investment schemes. Now, under the collective investment schemes, one of the examples that we have is the unit trusts, which we offer as Icea Lion Asset Management in Uganda. We have 4 funds right now, but the one that I'd love to talk about most is the one which is called the money market fund. And I'd say that the way the collective investment schemes work, how you're guaranteed of protection of your savings, and most especially with the work that we do and the regulatory environment. There are 4 key players that form this relationship. The first one being you, the customer, the client who has provided us with your funds. The second person, who is very critical, is also the trustee, and this is a corporate trustee. The trustee is basically the legal custodian, the legal owner of the unit trust, who makes sure that all the laws are being followed by everyone within the unit trust. Then we also have the custodian, who holds the actual assets, who holds the monies that the savers give, who also holds rights to the securities that are purchased, the assets that are purchased through the savings. And then lastly, we have the fund manager. And the fund manager in this case would be Icea Asset Management, who then makes sure that investment decisions are made to, 1, protect, but 2, to exploit the best places through which your funds can be grown. For Icea, our corporate trustee is KCB, Corporate Trustee Services. Our custodian is KCB Custody Services. And the fund manager is Icea Lion Asset Management. Investing in the Icea the money market fund is very easy. One, all you have to do is fill out a KYC, know your client form, and this is the onboarding form. It's just a few pages. The most critical information that we obtain in that form are details about you, the investor. Then we also get information about your risk appetite. Are you risk averse, or are you a risk taker? And on that categorization, then we also ask you to pick which fund would you like to invest in. Is it in the money market fund, or is it in the balanced fund? But we are also always open to advice. But you can simply send an email to iam@icea.co.ug asking to get the form. You can also download this form off our website at icealion.co.ug. That's one word, icealion.co.ug. How it works basically is, after you've completed the form, then we would give you a confirmation note that we've onboarded you successfully. If you've attached also your national ID copy or your passport, then we'll give you instructions of the bank account, which is also included in the onboarding form, for you to deposit the funds in. We acknowledge receipt, and we send you a purchase note on email. We will also send you onboarding instructions that will allow you to basically service yourself, where you can log on your phone and check how your investments are doing. You can keep track of how much money you've made, how much interest you've made over a particular period of time. And in a few months as well, you'll be able to still use that same platform online to actually ask to withdraw a portion of your funds, all of it, or just interest. We'll also, in a few months, allow you to deposit and save directly through the website by just clicking on top up and being taken to various pages that would prompt you to transfer funds to us. I would also add that we already have an automated monthly statement that is released by around about the 5th of every month, and that statement basically comes to you. It's password protected still, but it comes to you for you to then look at how your funds have done during that particular month, and you can keep that as your record. I would also say that typically speaking, the funds right now, we have two custodians, two custody bank accounts. We have one at KCB, we also have another at Stanbic Bank. So you can deposit in any of these banks and through the various agent banking outlets across the country, and we will be sure to receive your funds.